Over the last 4 years, Kristen and I have hosted hundreds of guests at our Airbnb in Joshua Tree, California. And over those last 4 years, we have not had a single one that has burned our house down, trashed it into oblivion, or done damage that made us non-operational. And people always ask us how. Well, we can tell you that it's not luck, and it's a playbook that we've carefully curated over the last 4 years. And honestly, by making a ton of mistakes and learning along the way. And today we're gonna be giving you our entire strategy, how we write our listings, how we communicate with our guests, how we've set up our booking inside Airbnb and our direct booking website to give us the most control over who comes to our home, how we vibe check guests, we turn complete strangers into guests that love our home just like we do. So if you want to steal our Airbnb strategy, this video is for you. Number one thing that 90% of hosts overlook, what is the experience like when people land on your listing? We need to get into the mindset of the consumer when they are scrolling on a page with hundreds of homes. We need to make it as easy as possible for them to understand what your listing is about, all the amenities it has, if they're looking for one simple thing. Let me show you what we've done with ours. You will notice that we chose the 4 to 5, what we think representative photos of what might attract our ideal customer coming to our area. It's twilight, there's string lights. For some reason, this photo has done miraculously for us. We've tested out a ton of our different photos. And if you wanna watch our video on why you should choose a professional photographer and not take photos yourself, please go watch that. I'll put the thing right here. Have great photos. That's number one. But choosing the photos that you have on the cover of your photo, arguably, I view this as when people are scrolling on the front page of Airbnb, it's like they're browsing in a mall. They're walking past the stores, and if the store doesn't look good from the front, they're not gonna come in. And also, if it's not representative of what your home truly has to offer or what people are looking for when they're coming to the area, they're gonna scroll right by it. If people don't click on your listing, you're not gonna get booked. So that first photo is so important. That's why we've dialed in these photos for ourselves. We have a photo of the hot tub, twilight, desert settings, the house, it looks nice. The next one we have is Kristen in the hot tub to show how relaxing it is. It doesn't show a face. And the reason we didn't show a face is because so people can see themselves in that photo and they think that could be me. We have a photo of the front of the house so people know what to expect when they pull up. We have a photo of the interior at sunset so you can see how cozy it is. And then we have a photo of our OMG feature, our stargazing platform and our moon garden so that people can see that, oh my gosh, there's something interesting here. And the reason that I like this is because it gives people a reason to want to scroll through the photos. And in turn, by scrolling through all of the photos to get to the end of our photos of having that moon garden, all of those moon garden shots and the outdoor shots, they'll see all of the other great features of the house, like our bar room, our bedrooms, and all that stuff. Photos, and remember the importance of the order that you put your photos in. Next thing I want to talk about, description. This first paragraph of your description really matters. So I want you to come in here and copy what we have done. What we have done is we have given 1 or 2 sentences, I think this is 1 sentence, that really describes the type of experience that we want our guests to feel when they come to our home. Welcome to the 7th Ray House, the perfect desert getaway in the Joshua Tree area for the seeker looking to reconnect with nature and revitalize their spirit. And we are looking for people that want to get out in nature. They're not looking to party, they're looking to relax. The other thing that we put right below it is home highlights. Now this is really important because it's like what's above the fold. It's kind of like what are the bullet point features that your home has that if people really want to book your home, they'll dive in more and they'll read the rest of your description. But start with a list of the best amenities that your home has to offer that people that are coming to the area are gonna wanna book. We have 5 private acres of tranquil desert, an extra large hot tub, cowboy pool to cool off on a hot day, magical round stargazing platform and moon garden, amazing views of the desert, sunrise and sunset, close to great dining at La Copine and Giant Rock Meeting Room. Joshua Tree National Park is a 25-minute drive. I would, if you are close to any like amusement parks or national parks, be sure to include that you are close to them in your description. The algorithm looks at all of this text and it's valuable to put in there. And next we go into the Your Property section, and I want you to go in and make sure that this is organized. People, like I said, are looking in a hurry. They're looking at hundreds of homes maybe, and you want it to be organized for them so that when they're looking for a certain feature, it's in here. You can read through all this, but you can see we have this broken out: bedrooms and bathroom, kitchen and dining, indoors, outdoors, other things to note, more details, Wi-Fi, parking, our Instagram if people want to tag us. All we're doing here is we're organizing it from top to bottom, so it's not a chaotic mess and people get all of the information that they need at a glance. We want to make booking our home as easy as possible. And then the one last thing I want to talk about in this section is the language that you use. Every sentence should ideally speak to that guest that you actually want to come to your property, and every sentence should make the reader put themselves in that property and imagine themselves there. If you are by the beach, use beachy words. If you are in the mountains, make sure you're speaking to the people that are coming to your area. That's biggest piece of advice. And I know this was a lot. I think this is a very overlooked area that is very simple to do, especially with ChatGPT now. Quick, before we keep going with our strategy, I want to show you a tool that's honestly changed the way we host. Everything that we're talking about today, the messaging, the way we filter guests, the way we run our direct bookings, none of it would actually work if we didn't have the proper setup on the back end. We've been using Lodgify for years, and I always say this. Your guests might get to experience the magic of your property, but you as a host need magic to keep it running. And Lodgify is the tool that basically keeps our short-term rental running, organized, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. It syncs our calendars, it automates our messages, it handles our payments. One of our favorite features that we use all the time, an AI writing tool. We write a basic statement, we press it, and it turns it into a chef's kiss response. It's those minutes that really matter in the height of the day, especially we have a new kid, we're going into the holiday season. Every minute matters, and hosting shouldn't be hard, it should be easy, and with Lodgify it is. Everything just syncs cleanly, no double bookings. One of the biggest secrets to having a successful short-term rental is having repeat guests. People who already trust you, already know your home, and want to come back for every year. And since Lodgify stores all of your guest info securely, you can build out simple email automations, nurture your past guests, and send out seasonal updates to keep that direct booking link right in front of guests that have stayed at your home before. And it's honestly one of the best ways to turn a one-time guest into someone that comes back year after year. And also, if you've ever thought about using Lodgify, this is probably the best time of the year to try it because they are running their biggest Black Friday sale ever. You get 60% off plus free onboarding because their team will literally set up everything for you, your website, your automations, your settings, and make sure that you're not overwhelmed in the process. You can use the code in the description down below to get 60% off, which is huge. It's their biggest sale of the year, and we are going to take advantage of this sale. So if you want to build a direct booking website that you control, the link is down below if you want to explore it today. How we have our calendar set up, we do use Price Labs. It has been good to us. It's been working, and we have not wanted to rock the boat. Price Labs does a good job for us. It might not work for everybody. There are other solutions out there, but it does a good job for us. What we do in our area, the majority of the people that are coming to our area are coming for the weekends. So we want to make sure that we can fill those weekend nights. So we have one night minimum on the weekends, 2-night minimum on weekdays. It just makes it easier, and it also gets us longer bookings during the week. So we're not having just a bunch of like one. It was getting annoying and repetitive. We have orphan nights set up. One night, there's like one day of the week, like let's say it's a Thursday, it'll allow people to book that day still, even though it's a 2-night minimum on weekdays, just to fill that space. So Price Labs does a great job with that. Another thing that we've learned with our pricing, if you go too low, if you are racing to the bottom, if you're always trying to give a discount, you are going to fail. And the reason for that is you're trying to serve the bottom of the barrel, the people that are always looking for discounts, the people that are gonna trash your home. 99% of the time when people have asked us for discounts, we have said no, unless there is some specific reason. They're a veteran, I can't remember. There's been barely a handful of times we've given discounts. Those people you do not want to stay at your home unless you want to set up your listing to be 100% booked and you really don't care. But this is how we've kept our home free from parties, free from disaster, free from headaches. Don't drop your rates to bargain levels because you'll get bargain people. So keep it at a good rate. Usually Price Labs or Airbnb, look around, do some research and see what a good base price is for your property and go with that. We would rather have consistently great guests take care of the home than cheap guests that will destroy our home, that will cost us more money in the long run. This is where a lot of hosts freeze up But after 4 years, we found this is where the magic really happens, because your home is only as safe as the boundaries you set before your guests get there. Let's talk about guest requirements to book your property. The way we have it set up is we require our guests to have a profile photo uploaded. For some reason, there's something in my brain that tells me that if somebody is going to upload a photo of themselves, they're less likely to completely destroy your property because we have a photo of who you are. We do use Instant Book. We let guests book automatically, but we only allow guests who have stayed on Airbnb without issues. This require a good track record. We have that selected. And if somebody does send us a booking request and they cannot Instant Book, we look through their profile photo, we look through their reviews, most importantly, their recent reviews. If there's anything off recently or in the past, we may choose to decline it. It's very rare, but gives us a good taste of the type of person that's booking and maybe why they had to go through a review process. And another thing that we also do is a pre-booking message. Our pre-booking message is, thank you for wanting to book the 7th Ray House. What made you decide on our place? Looking forward to hearing from you. It's a simple question, but if somebody is willing to take the time to tell us why they are coming, what made them decide to book our place, 9 out of 10 times people say, I'm coming to the area with my wife, we're looking to get out into nature and your place looked like a beautiful home. If somebody is going to destroy your property or just be malicious, they're probably not going to write a very good message. And also, when people respond, you're able to get a gut feeling based on their response. If the response is short and snippy and it's like, 2 of us. Okay, well, you're coming into my home. Let's be friendly about this. You can have a good gut check on this when you get direct communication with these people before they even book your place. And this instantly tells us if they're a right fit for our property. Feel free to steal this pre-booking message. Also, red flags would probably be weird questions. Can I have the address? Can I have 6 dogs? Weird things like that. Red flag, do not accept the booking. Avoid that. Okay, let's go through just a couple basic things here. Make sure you have all of the stuff on the back end of Airbnb filled out. Make sure that you have your home photo tour filled out, so all of your photos organized. It does it automatically, but I went through and did it manually just because it did not get it all right. Go into each room, add all of the amenities that are in that room. It's really tedious, but trust me, you have to do it once and then you'll be happy that you did it. Property type, please go through and fill out all of this stuff. All of this matters. I don't know if you think that you just want to get your listing out there, but taking the time to set this up properly, all of this stuff matters. The amenities, this took us forever to go through and add every single amenity that we have, but make sure you go through and do it as in detail as possible. You'd be surprised, somebody might be looking for that specifically, oh, they don't have an iron, so I'm not going to book this place because I'm going to a wedding. Let's see, booking settings, house rules. If you must know, we allow pets, but there is a pet fee, $25, I'm not sure. We allow 2 pets maximum because I feel like if it's more than that, you're just getting into territory where things can get messed up. We don't allow events and we don't allow smoking. Quiet hours, we have those set in. Commercial photography and film allowed. We do have language in our listing description and our additional rules down here that we'll get to covering this. Number of guests, we only allow 4 at the current time, and check-in and check-out times. Okay, so additional rules is where I think that you can get really, really specific about the kind of people that you don't want and the kind of people that you do want. Because here's where we add, of course, our rules. Find it better than you left it. That's our motto at the 7th Ray House, and respect and care for the house is expected at all times. Here you can be stern. You can also say, understanding the risk of using the hot tub or the cowboy pool, the fire pit, you accept the full responsibility. Now I know that Airbnb has its own thing that it goes through, but there's something in me that I would like to have this language in here that when somebody, if for some reason somebody took us to court, there is a release and waiver of liability in here. Basically, if somebody gets injured at your home, they already agreed that they knew the risks going into it and they can't come after you. If Airbnb fails you and they don't protect you, this language is in here, this legal language is in here. Feel free to go through this, steal our additional rules. We specifically say no partying, no smoking inside the home, and rules for the hot tub. And we also say commercial photography, guests may not film or shoot photos for commercial use on the property or stage photo shoots of any kind. This is all legal language. You can have ChatGPT create that for you. People have come and done photo shoots and all that stuff. It's whatever. It's not the biggest deal in the world. But if Lexus is coming to shoot, if Gucci is coming to shoot, obviously they need to let us know, and those companies know better than to just try and sneak under the radar. Our cancellation policy, feel free to copy this, we have it firm, which is full refund at least 30 days before check-in, partial refund 7 to 30 days before check-in. We want people to be serious when they're booking our property and know what they're getting themselves into, because this avoids bad guests. You don't want your calendar getting cancellations. It's not good for the algorithm. We chose firm. Let us know in the comments down below if there's something we don't know, but this is what we like. Now let's move into the guest experience portion of this. This can be a little daunting when you first start Airbnb, but let me show you exactly how we communicate with our guests. Let me show you an example here of somebody who stayed with us back in August. They responded to our question and said, "Hey Michael, as a frequent visitor to Jade Tree, I picked your place. We are 2 girls coming from different states so we can meet up and make memories in style." Great. This sounds normal to me, passes my gut check. This was a request, we accepted it. We have an automated message that goes out when someone books our place that just simply says, "Hi there," their name, "Thank you for booking the 7th Ray House on the date. We will send you all of your check-in instructions a few days prior to your stay." That is automated. What we'd like to do is after that, we go back in and we say something specific about their stay. Sounds like an amazing time. Can't wait to host you two. Let us know if you have any questions before your stay. We're always trying to be hospitable. If you have questions, let us know. We're happy to help. They said, sounds good. The next thing that happened, this stay was for October 24th. 3 days before, we have an automated message that goes out that says, "Hi there, Larissa. Here are the details needed for your stay. Check-in time, check-out time, address." They don't get the address until 3 days before their stay. If somebody asks for your address before and they don't give a reason why, like for instance, like there's a wedding nearby, I need to make sure that my grandma can get there, like whatever, that's fine. We give instructions on how to get to the house. They are instructions from the closest highway exit. And they're easy. Do this on ChatGPT. How to access the front door, how to open the lock, the Wi-Fi is right here, instructions once they get inside. Please do not leave any doors open for extended periods of, like anything you want them to know immediately 3 days before their stay, feel free to put it in here. Please follow the checkout list. Most importantly, enjoy your stay at the 7th Ray House, and always from Kristen and Michael. And guests always say thank you for this whenever we send out a few days before. And then the next thing that happens is the day of the stay. We like to actually go into our app and see who's coming to the house, make sure we're aware of what's going on at our property. Although we can automate this step, we still like to do it manually. We send out the actual door code a few hours before their stay. And then we tell them how to lock and unlock again and the check-in time. The next thing that happens is we have an automated message that goes out, check-ins at 4 p.m. At 5 p.m., regardless of if they've checked in or not, we have an automated message that goes out that says, "Hi there, we hope your check-in went smoothly. We wanted to send you our guidebook of some of our favorite places in the high desert. Happy exploring." Everybody always responds to this and says, "Thank you so much." It just feels like, okay, if they got there right on time, we gave them an hour of breathing room, and then we send them like, "Hey, like if you're wondering, here's our favorite places." It's just a nice touch. All of our guests appreciate it. The next thing that happens, morning of checkout, we have an automated message that goes out that says, "We hope you had a wonderful stay." And we clearly state the date and the time of their checkout so that they can easily see that checkout is at 11 a.m. And we say, "Please follow the instructions on the one sheet below." Here they are again, just in case. All of our checkout instructions, guests let us know they locked up. And we always say, at least I always like to say, "Thank you so much. Safe travels to your next destination," to let them know that we care and we want them to be safe. So this is an example of our workflow, and they feel like they're taken care of, but we also interject just a little bit of humanness. That's how we do that. Now, direct bookings are very powerful, and we have relied on them heavy, and we have gotten into them, and we have absolutely loved them. But they remove the safety net of Airbnb. That's the number one question we always get. Aren't you worried about this with people booking directly? The answer is always yes. Whenever we get a direct booking, I'm always worried that something bad is gonna happen. But I can tell you in the last 3 years that we have had our direct booking website, all of our guests have been amazing. And here is how we set up our direct booking website through Lodgify to avoid getting bad guests. The number one way is we do not allow any instant booking on our direct booking website. Everybody has to request, they have to email us, and we have to approve them. Reservation policies that we have set up are 50% is due at the time of booking, Somebody has to be serious about booking in order for us to turn it off the calendar. We get 50% of the money, it comes in, we hold it in our bank account. The remaining balance is due 7 days before arrival. We also require a pre-authorization of a credit card of $500, and that is voided 1 day after departure when our cleaner has the ability to get in there to make sure there is no damage. This will get rid of 90% of the issue. When people see they have to put a credit card in with a high limit, we're weeding out people that, one, are those bargain people. Two, if you're going in with the mindset, I'm gonna throw a party and there's gonna be damage, I'm not gonna put my credit card down because there is gonna be damage. At first, I was worried about putting this high of a limit, but all of the people that have booked our house that have been amazing guests, no one has had an issue with that because they know they're not going in with the intention of screwing over our house. The other thing that we do, and this is the most important thing that we've learned, whenever somebody requests to book with us, we send a message that says, "Hi guest, thank you for the booking request. How many people will be in your party and what brings you to the area?" And then it has automated, "Your booking request has not been confirmed, but we will get back to you as soon as possible." This 9 out of 10 times gives us a gut check on the reservation. For example, this person responded, "We are on a 3-week vacation in the US, driving from Vegas to California, looking forward to spending some time in Joshua Tree and Palm Springs." This is a human. This is a good person who is just taking a road trip. People that try and book our house in our spam will not respond to this and we will not approve it. We will let the reservation request expire. We need some sort of verification that they are good people. We need the reason for them coming and we need the amount of people that are coming. Now, the other thing that we do look at, when somebody requests to book, we get their first and their last name. If they filled it out correctly, we get their email, and we get their phone number. Now, this gives us some good information that if you are concerned about accepting this reservation, what we've done in the past, we go and we look up their area code. You know, if it's from Pakistan or China or something like that, we have some red flags there, right? Why are you coming to the area? Like, are you traveling internationally? And then if we have an email, we have looked that up on Facebook in the past to see what kind of person this is when they make a weird, like, long request and a first and last name. You can look them up on social media. We do that all the time. We look up this person that's requesting a book. We look up their name and we try and find them on Facebook. We try and find them on Instagram. We try and find who their dog is. No, I'm just kidding. But we try and find to see if this is a person that seems like they would take good care of our house. I'm sorry, but this is a direct booking website. We have no safety net here. And so we need to make sure that we are accepting reservations that will only help our business and not hurt our business. Now, when it comes to cancellations, when it comes to refunds, we stay firm to our refund and cancellation policy, but there are exceptions. There is literally a fire in Malibu and I cannot make it to my reservation, 100% full refund. My dad died and I'm not gonna be able to make it. The funeral is this weekend, 100% refund. Be a good human. This is a business, but at the end of the day, you're a human and you want people to have a good experience with you. Let's say they want to come back to the area. They're not going to book your home again. They're not going to recommend your home if it's on their wish list to their friends and their family. And now, underneath everything that we've talked about, this is the real secret. The hosts who get the best guests are the ones who build Airbnbs and short-term rentals for their dream guests and not everyone. Our home is set up for couples, small group of friends who are looking to reconnect with nature, to get out of the city, to look at the stars, to reconnect, to have conversations, to sit by the fire, to read books, to laugh, to love, to play, to create. There's a piano, there's a bar room. We want people to be social, but at the same time, it's not set up for parties. So if you look at our listing, everything represents the type of people that are coming to our listing, and that's been true for the last 3 or 4 years. And this ultimately attracts the right type of person. And as we wrap up here, I just want to remind you that ultimately for us, we're not chasing bookings. We're building memories for the people that come to stay at our listing, because I like to think that the best businesses are the ones that make you feel like you got your money's worth and you had a good experience, so that you will come back and you will tell your friends and you will tell your family. Reviews are the lifeblood of this business, and when you go on our page, you can see the reviews that we've had. We have all amazing reviews. because we have put our heart and soul into this property and we treat our guests with respect. Obviously, there are boundaries that you need to set, and this is how repeat guests happen. We've had a number of people come back year after year to stay at our home because they have been treated nicely. So I feel like this is kind of like opening our robe a little bit and showing you guys inside our setup. And I know this video is way longer than I wanted it to be, but I really feel like it would provide value to you. It's kind of a video I wish we had when we were setting up our property, but here 4 years later, here we are. So now you have the entire playbook for our short-term rental, the one that's keeping us safe, the one that's getting us bookings, the one that's making us money, and that's keeping us aligned with our dream guests year after year. Use it, adapt it, steal it, and build your own profitable Airbnb with it. And let us know if we missed anything. In the comments down below, let us know if you have any specific questions, we will answer them. Obviously, this could have been an hour-long video, but we tried to keep it as short as possible. And thank you so much. See you next week.